Join me today as we're diving into Jungle Cup of Great League, into a format that will have Pokemon that are part or completely types of normal grass, electric, poison, ground, flying, bug and dark type. So obviously this is gonna look like a vast and extreme meta for Go Battle League, but overall a pretty healthy one since both Gligar and Galarian Stunfisk are gonna be banned. So today we're gonna dive together into Jungle Cup, showcasing my best teams, 4 in total, and of course we're gonna check out the core breakers and how you can strategize each individual team towards your advantage. So now without any further ado, let's see what we have going on here, because the first team showcase has already begun. So as you can see here, we're having Clodsire with Double Dark at the back. Both Greninja and Mandibas are gonna be some extremely good Pokemon for the entire meta, and if you're thinking that Ganeto, the only weakness that this team is having is gonna be Lantern, well, yes again, because you need to draw out not only the Lantern but also the Fairy type by aggressively switching into your Mandibas, so that your Greninja under shielding can provide the best closing scenario for you. Overall, Clodsire is gonna cover both for the Ice types and of course the Electrics with that Fairy type, so I guess that you can still overcome even any obstacle out there with your Clodsire switching out aggressively to Mandibas. Overall, this team is gonna look extremely strong, but Lantern is the main core breaker because it can run the move Water Gun. With Water Gun, it can do much more work up against your Lantern, has still a very good matchup against both of your backline Pokemon, so that's why I list it here as a core breaker, but obviously you can play around it with shields, with rotation, so that you can overcome even a threat like Lantern. Right straight now into the next team showcase with a Skarmory up in front, Lurantis at the back as a safe switch, and of course Stunfisk coming in as a pure closer. Most of the times you are not gonna use any safe switch on this team. Skarmory wants to stay in even against the worst possible scenarios, but I guess only up against the Lantern you need to switch to your Lurantis, because this is a team that can finish off Lantern only by its backline. Another core breaker for this team is going to be that amazing Talonflame, the KFC bird, and that's mainly because you're weak to it up in front and at the back, and if you are not careful, those flame charges are gonna burn up even your pancake on your pan. So with that said, this team is gonna be extremely good even if you face Talonflame, because all you need to do is to go for the Brave Bird with your Skarmory. Do not sacrifice any shields in the process, just sacrifice your Skarmory along the way and then come into the battle with your pancake. Worst case scenario, you just took a shield out of the way, and even if they do not block, well, you just guaranteed the knockout up against Talonflame. This is absolutely awesome for you. Lurantis can do so much work against the entire meta, has super power for the dark types, for those normal types, and of course Leaf Blade is gonna assist you a ton up against something like a water type like the Lantern that we have already said. Of course you can use that Lurantis of your own with Fury Cutter, but I guess that you can always go ahead and use your Lurantis with Leaf Age like I do over here. It is gonna give you a little bit of more stability, but with Fury Cutter you manage to get to those moves just fairly faster, and sometimes that can be the key. Much like Skarmory, here as well Abomasnow is gonna be extremely weak to Talonflame, but this time you got extra coverage with your backline. Not only one but 2 Pokemon can severely hard wall it down, with those being Quagsire and Lantern. Those two have access to moves like Thunderbolt and Stone Edge to thread those flyers to protect your Abomasnow from further harm, and unlike your matchups with Skarmory and Talonflame, any other flyer, let's say something like a Mantine, Pelipper, or even something like a Mandibas, can always be dealt with your ice moves. So overall, this team has only one severe weakness, and that is Cradily. I figured out that this Pokemon with Rock Slide can do so much damage on my Abomasnow, has also access to grass moves like Bullet Seed and Grass Knot to almost one-shot down my backline with a single move. This is crazy. And of course Cradily is gonna be weak to those ice moves, so I would suggest to stay in with your Abomasnow no matter what if you find up in front. Otherwise at the back, feel free to rotate around your picks. Even a couple of Mud Bombs or Surfs can deal severe damage to that Pokemon, so you can always have at least a chance even up against your worst core breaker. This team is very strong in particular because it is an ABB team that has so much safe play against the entire meta. Even up against a grass type, I like Quagsire a lot as a safe switch because it might get one-shotted down by the grass moves, but at the same time it can outspeed almost any Pokemon out there on those Great League formats, and you can always count on it for your battles. This is the final team showcase that I'm gonna throw at you, and we're having Steelix up in front, Altaria at the back with Vigoroth. If you're wondering what Pokemon should you build overall for the entire meta of Jungle Cup, well, these three should be your main way to go. Not only these three are gonna form a strong core for whatever you're gonna face on Jungle Cup, but also they're gonna have a ton of play on Open Great League and other possible future Open Great League formats as well. Open Great League formats, just Great League formats as well. So these three are staples of Great League, and that's why they perform so well when you put them together here in Jungle Cup. If you didn't know already, well, this team also gets straight A's, 4 A's to be exact on PvP, which is something you do not see every day, so there must be a reason behind this, right? We're talking about tanky Pokemon, a defensive one like this Steelix, a bulky one like Altaria, and also a mediocre defensive Pokemon like Vigoroth that can also spam its way to victory with those counters in combination with Body Slam or even Rock Slide for the Flyers. Overall, I did not find a certain weakness for this team other than my misplays. It took me a lot of tries to get used to this team, but when I figured it out, I guess that this one is gonna perform pretty well against the entire meta of Jungle Cup. The only core breaker that I could spot for this one is Escavalier, and that's mainly because of it that can dominate the matchup against Steelix, has a very positive one against Vigoroth, and of course it can resist those dragon moves with that Altaria, but it's still gonna be a soft loss for it. But this is the key, soft loss. That's why we're having here Escavalier. It can do severe work to every single one of our Pokemon, and by completely walling down at least one of ours. So overall it is gonna be a core breaker, but I'm not sure we're gonna see a lot of Escavaliers throughout the entire meta. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for sticking around till the end. It really means a lot for my channel, and if you enjoy my content, just leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below so that you can help this video grow in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one.